Bleepers, dude. Put that on kook slams.
The Rob Jensen Company specializes in guard-gated luxury homes in Summerlin, Las Vegas, and Henderson. Rob Jensen has served as an expert guest commentator for numerous national broadcast networks and media outlets. Let's see what's happening today with Rob and the team. It's the Rob Jensen Show.
Today we're out at McDonald Highlands trying to figure out what the value of this lot is worth. The seller of this lot at 587 Lairmont Place reached out to me about selling the property, and the lot is 0.58 acres. For me, what's important, especially when it comes to comping out or pricing a property or a piece of land in this case, is actually looking at the competition. And in this case, especially when it comes to custom homes and custom home lots, is the view plays a big factor, both lot size and the view. So obviously what we're looking at here is the view predominantly is a little more north facing over the tee boxes and the arroyo here for the golf course.
As you come out more to the end of the lot, the view really opens up to the strip. And that's going to be where you really want to put your main living areas to capitalize on these incredible views.
Because that's what's really going to get you the most value out of any lot, and this lot in particular. So this is where we're starting. Let's go look at the next one. Go Knights!
So this lot's actually a pretty good sized lot at 0.86 acres. Asking price $690,000.
You get a little peekaboo of the strip. Of course, you're gonna have really nice, just city views with the golf course a bit down below. And you put a nice infinity edge pool along this side, and it really drops down pretty steep over here. Definitely not gonna be a house immediately behind you. So those views this way, kind of some neat views on the other side. Probably pretty confident they're not gonna build on the other side of the street. So, you know, with the second gate, and this lot at $690, pretty neat opportunity. So we're at 657 Dragon Peak Drive now in McDonald Highlands. Lot size is 0.86 acres. Asking price $848,000, which comes out to $986,000 a foot. This lot's got a much deeper profile, which is nice, makes it a little bit easier to have more of the space in the backyard. Clearly big drop off on the other side. It looks like that view is here to stay. And then of course you've got a full spectacular view of the strip all the way across to Red Rock National Park. And it's obviously raining over there as well right now. So this is a really neat lot. Now we're at 505 Dragon Gate Court. Lot size is 0.56 acres. Asking price is $575,000. And this is more of kind of a classic McDonald Highlands two-tiered lot where you're dealing with a lot of the mountainscape. So you're gonna have more of a walk-in, you're gonna have a one-story on the front of the house, and then it's gonna have more like a walkout basement in the back. So from the back of the house, it's gonna look like a two-story, but in the front, it's gonna be a one-story. As far as views go, this is gonna be more your view. It's gonna be more of a straight west, still elevated, still some city. But as you'll see, over to this side is the strip, which we can see now, but there's another lot here. So I would definitely count on that lot blocking those views. So I would count this as a sort of non-view lot, and given its pricing it comes out to over $1 million an acre. It seems even a little high at the 575. Plus though, is there's really no one behind you and there's no one on the other side of you. So that's nice from a privacy point of view, but you do have this big, beautiful custom home that has the opportunity to sort of look your way if they so please. This lot is 1459 McDonald Ranch Drive. We're at 0.96 acres, so just shy of a full acre, for only $349,500. So clearly big value here. Obviously one of the things why it's a much lower price is you're not gonna get the views. You know, you're in an interior lot and it's gonna go, you know, it slopes up behind you. We do have a listing, a beautiful property just a couple houses down, and it does still have some views. So from the upstairs looking across the street, you can definitely get some views, but I wouldn't really bill this as a view lot, and that's of course why you've got a much better, much more appetizing price on this lot.
And from this position, we're looking over 2 more lots that are for sale, both 1201 and 1205 Amber Rim Drive, which are positioned a little more south-southwest.
This way you can see the strip behind us, so they might be able to get some views out of like an upstairs front window, but with homes being built sort of across the street, I wouldn't count on it. You really are gonna have Arroyo and sort of the mountainside here is gonna be more your view. Up and behind you. So let's go take a look. We're going to walk around the corner, look at them straight on. So this is 1201 Amber Rim Drive, list price $490,000. We're at 0.61 acres, and definitely really interesting with this black mountain behind you. It's a different type of view, and definitely going to be interesting to see how you build sort of down the mountainside with this. Probably one of those similar things where you're going to start with a one level and have more of a walkout basement, where it's going to open up and sort of terrace down the hillside. Now we're at 1205 Amber Rim Drive, list price $399,000, and we're at 0.36 acres.
Yeah, it was a neat afternoon taking a look at all these beautiful properties up here, and after careful deliberation, we've come up with the lucky number of $777,000 for 587 Lairmont Place. I'm really excited. We've got a big week coming up with our annual client appreciation party this Thursday. It's always a fun time to get together with our clients, past clients, and just folks that provide us business to break bread, have a couple glasses of wine. And we're also doing more VIP events. We did something with the Golden Knights. We had a box suite about a month ago, really fun little VIP event. And we plan to do more of these throughout the year. And we've already got something that we're cooking up for May. And what I found is that a lot of people in real estate sit there and have to call and nag for referrals. I just like to party with our clients, show people a good time, give thanks, and I just find that the business flows back our way. People love working with us. They love to refer people to us, and so these events is really just kind of really a big thank you. So excited for that. We've got the team helping kick this event into gear. We've already got the hard invites out and the emails out. So we've got team members, jumping on the phones this week just to make sure people will remember to, hey, it's this Thursday. And just for those people that maybe didn't see the email or whatever, we just got the whole team involved to making sure we're going to have the biggest and best turnout this Thursday. So for those of you that didn't get the invite, hey, give us a call. Become one of our clients or send us some business and we'll make sure you get on the VIP list. We're up at the grand opening for the Bluffs by Blue Heron. We're in Southern Highlands. The models are open now. They've sold out over half the community before the models even open. That's how popular this product is. It's pretty spectacular. Community is guard gated. You've got these fabulous views of the strip, the valley, and let's take a look. Tonight I'm with David Valladarez, Director of Architecture for Blue Heron, and I'm looking forward to see what he has to say about these beautiful models.
Welcome to the Topaz Model of Blue Heron. This is the Bluffs community. And I would just want to say thanks to my crew who have put this together. And it is a team of architects, interior designers, and furnishing designers that have put every stitch of this puzzle together, along with our construction element, our construction division. An enormous effort. It's 3.5 years in the making, and it always comes down to the last 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So,
and when you, well, I'm sorry to interrupt. When you say 3.5 years, was it for the design or the design and the build?
yeah, it's 3.5 years from its initial conception to its actual manifestation as you're seeing right now. So it takes a lot of effort, a lot of design effort. With these types of models, we're actually our own client, but we're trying to understand what the marketplace is doing and where we're going, and we're trying to innovate and always push. We like to say push boundaries and actually disrupt the marketplace is what we want to do. We want to be out in the forefront of design efforts.
When we were asking for some of the renderings of what you're doing at McDonald Highlands, it's like, Tyler and Shelley were talking about how sort of hush-hush and under wraps you've kept them even from your publicists because people copy them, and so it'll happen eventually, but you want to try and not let the cat out of the bag too soon.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, with the efforts that we put, we're really, I think just the genuine efforts of our design team and always trying to do ourselves better, always trying to push the edge of the envelope. And so as long as we do that, we kind of feel like we're doing what we need to do, and that we're going to deliver a product that's unique, to the marketplace, and that's really what our efforts are centered on.
And what I think is neat for like the consumers out there watching this that might be interested in buying one of these is the fact that for them to sort of work with Blue Heron as a design build to buy one of these models, there's still a lot of customization that can go on with one of these models, but yet that 3.5 years of all the iterations and the brain power and the cost and the expense is something that they just get to piggyback on. So when they come in, it's a smoother, more
It's really a great way of putting it. We've kind of done all the brain damage, for our clients, and the heavy lifting, we hope. It really is that. We're trying to streamline the process, here. And so our clients get the benefit of all that effort,
Awesome. Well, you've outdone yourself here. Thank you very much.
So much.
I think the greatest thing about Blue Heron is, we're a design build firm. So, you get the architecture, the interior design, the construction, and now, we're offering something that no one else offers, and that's furnishing. So.
Oh, you're going to work with furnishing?
Absolutely. So now you can have soup to nuts. You can have the entire thing, and it marries together perfectly with the architecture and with the interior design.
That's so cool.
So that way you're telling an entire Blue Heron story, which is really cool. And we're really one of the first companies that are doing that.
So how does that work during the process? Is it like they get the house done and the upgrades done, and then they start working on furniture or art, or how?
Actually, the greatest thing is that the furnishings come from the very beginning. So we're thinking of the end from the beginning. So we're thinking of how is someone going to live, how is someone going to function in this home. So Furnishings is able to come in and really take a look at the space and go, how is this going to function with the typical furniture layout, or with just how this particular client wants to live and function and operate in their home. So I think it really makes for a greater end product when you're combining all parts of it from the beginning.
Cool. Well, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
So that's a wrap, and it was a beautiful night, beautiful party, beautiful event. And once again, if you're interested in looking at these models and possibly buying one of these beautiful homes, remember to call me first to represent you in your purchase. Thanks. To me about when you get an offer in, do you have, I was reading on your website, I believe, you've got 3 negotiating tips that you share with your real estate coaching clients. Can you share maybe one of the 3?
Well, I share it with everybody because, here's the thing. I have 44 years in the business, and we sell homes in all kinds of price ranges, including high ones. But even when we sold a house for $19 million, which is the largest sale for Cape Cod ever, which is a big deal for me. But you have to understand, both the buyers and the sellers were billionaires. They're doing deals in the hundreds of millions of dollars, if not the billions of dollars. How do we equalize the playing field between little old realtor me and them? Because I just feel outgunned all the time. So I've made a great study of negotiation. I'm actually writing another book on it, or writing a book on it. And I studied for a week at Harvard Law School with Dr. Roger Fisher, who wrote the book Getting to Yes, which if you're going to negotiate anything, you want to be sure to read that book. It's the Bible of negotiation. Dr. Roger Fisher negotiated the nuclear arms treaty between the United States and the Soviet Union at the time. And it's a great book. And I negotiated with him one-on-one for a week in front of lawyers from around the world. It was a phenomenal experience where I got to make a complete fool of myself in front of all these people, but what the heck. But I came away with 3 really strong rules of negotiation that really have gotten me through a lot of transactions. The number one is to create standing. As an agent, you need to have standing. I mean, if I'm negotiating with a Fortune 500 CEO, how do I equalize that playing field? Well, the way you create standing in a negotiation, the way you equalize the playing field is to know as much as you can about the other side. Really study them. Number 2 is never, ever assume. And that was the big mistake I made with Dr. Fisher, was that when we started our negotiation on a Monday, I assumed he would want what I would want in the situation we were negotiating. And you can't do that in luxury real estate.
It's that time of year again. It's our annual client appreciation party, and we love having it at Vintner Grill. You know, April is just the perfect time of year to sit out on the patio, have a nice glass of wine, share some past hors d'oeuvres, and it's a great opportunity for me and the company to just say thank you to all these great people that started as our clients and now have become our friends, as well as build community and introduce them to all the other great people we've met and worked with as well. So in all, it's just a great time for everyone.
Thank you for watching The Rob Jensen Show.